I've been wanting to find the perfect solution to the cold weather problems that I experience while I'm flying. There's been a few times in the past where my flying has been cut short, or I haven't even gone out and flown because I dreaded that horrible feeling of your fingers freezing while you're in the air. If you like amazing flying machines like you should, then you should subscribe to this channel so that you can tell all of your grandchildren how you were an OG subscriber. Hit that like button as well. I recently ordered some gear from Power in Motion. It's a company that makes power heated products that aren't limited just to gloves. They have vests, they have boots, well, soles that go inside of your boots. And I've heard some word on the street that their products work really well, so I wanted to try it out for myself. So I ordered some gear, and today I finally got to test it, and I get to bring it all to you in this unboxing impressions video. So let's digress. The gloves are powered by 12-volt lithium-ion batteries that are stored right inside of here. The battery life on these gloves lasts 2.5 hours when it's on the high setting. If you put it on the medium setting, it's 3.5 hours, and on the low setting, they can last up to 7 hours and 15 minutes. But when you think about like the sports that you would be doing in the wintertime, most people avoid the winter entirely, or they'll just go for a short period of time. For me, if these gloves last that long, I'm going to probably have them on the high setting, but it doesn't really matter because I don't plan on taking flights during the middle of winter that would exceed 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours for me is really good. If I was to wear the outer shells that I have, I imagine I could keep it on maybe the medium setting or possibly the low setting and extend my time outdoors if I was willing to be outside for 8 hours, like all day in freezing conditions. That said, these gloves can actually be powered in two different ways. You've got the way where you can put the battery inside the zippered pouch in each individual glove, and that's how you would get 2.5 hours. Or you can use their alternative method of powering it, which is their stickman method. Look out, Mike. The stickman method, you basically just put this over your head just like that, and then there's the bifurcated wires that would run down the sleeves of your jacket, and then they would connect to the glove in this like really strategically placed spot right here so that it's like out of the way. Now you can power it with both batteries. You can connect both batteries right here to the bottom of this so that you would have the same exact runtime on the gloves, or you could just use one battery and that would cut your runtime in half. So the benefits, the other benefit to that Stickman cable is that if you had another product from Power in Motion, like their heated vest, you could actually power the heated vest, then plug the Stickman cable into the heated vest and power the gloves through the heated vest. But for me, I imagine that I'll be using this, the convenience of having it wireless is what appeals to me. I think if it's really cold, I don't know, I'll probably use the Stickman method as well. You can always buy additional batteries on their website. These things are like riddled with wires. Technically, that's how they work. They use this mesh, this really small mesh that gets superheated by the batteries, and they keep your hands warm. The cool thing about these gloves is that they don't just heat like the palms of your hands and the backsides of your hands. They go all the way to the fingertips, which is really important, especially for those of us who fly paragliders or paramotors. We keep our hands up high, and then the fingertips are so subject to being like frostbitten or frost-nipped. So these gloves sounded very promising. The material themselves, I looked everywhere on the website. I couldn't find it, but what I can tell you is it feels as though it's of the highest quality material, and the finish of it looks really nice. I imagine that they'll hold up well. They are thin, so I don't know, you know, depending on what you're doing, you might want to consider having an outer layer that can protect the gloves. And but there's an additional reason you might want that. Being that the material is so thin, I found that when I went up flying this morning, it was below freezing. On the ground, while I was getting everything set up, I had these bad boys on the high setting, and they worked really well. My hands were warm. And most importantly, one of the things that I thought was the greatest feature of these gloves is how it really doesn't even feel like you're wearing gloves. It feels as though you're provided the heat, but you don't have that I'm definitely wearing something on my hands feeling. And that's really important, I think, to paragliders and paramotorists, or anybody else that, you know, that partakes in a sport where there's a higher level of finesse, where you really need to be able to sense and feel things. For us on paramotors or paragliders, you feel the lines. If I was wearing bulkier gloves that maybe some of the competitors offer, I imagine a lot of those senses would be dulled to the point where I wouldn't be as in touch with what it is that I'm doing. A+ job on keeping the dexterity of how these gloves feel. You can articulate all of your fingers in a way that you really forget that you're wearing gloves to begin with. Okay, so how much do these cost? It's $215 for the kit, and the kit includes both the gloves, 2 batteries, the battery charger, and the Stickman method of charging your gloves. And it comes with a 1-year manufacturer warranty, which is good to know. It's like peace of mind. For me, it's totally worth it. I plan on flying all winter long. I think it's worth it for me, which is why I got them. 'Tis the season of giving, so please, if you enjoyed the video, I ask you to give it a thumbs up. Also, you know, I like to give things away as well, like this awesome heated vest from Power in Motion. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel for an opportunity to win that, or other things like this spanking hot sexy paramotor podcast shirt that I would love to give to you. Just subscribe to the channel where I give stuff away all the time. Blue skies, fly safe, happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah.